I'm Jason Goins of Washington DC. There's something I've noticed across every assignment: forensics, surveillance, planning, crisis coordination. The part that fails is almost never the part anyone spent the most time on. It's the handoff. The handoff is the moment responsibility passes from one person to another, one shift to the next, one agency to the next, one officer to the person who replaces them, and it is always the most fragile part of any system. Why? Because the person handing off thinks they communicated everything, and the person receiving thinks they understood everything. Both are usually a little wrong, and the gap between them is where errors live. I learned this early from surveillance work. An analyst hands off a shift, says something like, "It's been quiet, nothing unusual." The next analyst takes that at face value. But quiet and nothing unusual are summaries, and summaries drop the detail that often matters most. So I pushed hard for structured handovers. Walk the incoming analyst through everything that happened on the shift, not just the highlights. Flag the thing you saw that might have been nothing, but also might not. Confirm specific readings out loud, not just in your head. That sounds slow. It is slower. It is also why a 12-hour surveillance operation does not lose information at hour 6, which is when it otherwise would. The same thing came up at the NATO summit, supporting 74 agencies. The problems were not the big scenarios anyone rehearsed, they were the handoffs. 2 agencies whose shift changes did not align, a badge system that did not scan across checkpoints, a radio frequency that did not overlap. Every one of those is a handoff that nobody owned. What I found is that the people who are really good at their own role often underinvest in the handoff to the next person. It feels like extra work because the work they own is already done. But the mission doesn't know that. The mission just knows that something stopped flowing correctly at the point where 2 groups connected. In forensics, chain of custody is literally a system for making handoffs accountable. Every transfer is logged, every step is confirmed, nobody assumes. And when something goes wrong, you can find exactly where the chain broke. That is the model I kept trying to apply everywhere else. Treat the handoff as a design step, not an afterthought. Figure out who is responsible for what on both sides of it before you need that clarity, not while you need it. So that's the thing I spend the most time on. Not the quality of the work in the middle of the system, the quality of the connection between pieces. Because that's where the effort that happens in the middle either holds or falls apart.